All right, it is a great Friday here in Branson, Missouri, as I'm watching people pass through my office over here near the Green Mountain Drive. I get to enjoy watching all the tourists and everybody have such a great time uh, using the facilities here in Branson and everything that we've got to offer. Several new articles today on bransonisfun.com, so you might zip over there and take a look. They're always great to sponsor my videos and help me to continue moving forward. Some great new news on the Shepherd um, of the Hills outdoor drama. There was a big press conference yesterday, and they're going to keep it alive. They're keeping hope alive over there, so that's pretty exciting. It's been up in the air for a bit. The bank extended their loan, 3 years ago, and I thought everything was going okay. And then the bank just came in this year and just said, "Hey, I'm sure they just came and said you're not profitable and you're not making your payments." And it was kind of sad, really, because it was really a traditional, just a part of Branson. They got Matt's homestead over there. I know there was a bid to buy that old homestead if the Shepherd of the Hills didn't make it, but I knew there was just too much there to offer, and I knew somebody would come along, and I knew people were talking to them, and it's just too beautiful to pass up. I mean, I go by there every Sunday and look at the place, and it's been well kept up, while all this has been going on, and I think that's just the way it needs to happen, you know. And I think it's been just really good for everybody that these new developments have happened. We've got several articles over on bransonisfun.com. So if you want to pop over there and read those articles, all kinds of articles on how to save money on your trip to Branson, and even the traditional stuff, properties that have come and gone. Branson's yesteryear, because I've been here 27 years, and it's given me a way and an outlet to talk about some of those times and the people that have come and gone. I started out working for Roy Clark, and got a lot of stories to tell about all the fun times of doing that. So anyway, let's get into this article here. This was just released, I think, yesterday or the day before. So I'll be posting this up on the site too as well. But I just called it New Beginnings for Shepherd of the Hills. For one, the outdoor play is going to be improved and expanded upon. They're gonna put some money into the outdoor play, and maybe it needs it. Maybe it's time for a good 2017 roundup of some of the amenities that Shepherd of the Hills has always had to offer, and I think that's good. Um, let's move up. Let's get with the times, but let's not change the show too much. I think the people have really always enjoyed that show, so I think they need to continue on with what works. What wasn't working was the finances. It doesn't mean the show was bad. We need every show in town that we've ever had or that we will have. And a new Shepherd of the Hills outdoor play moving forward, I think, is going to be fantastic. It employs a lot of local folks who have a lot of massive talent. So I think that's going to be fantastic. It looks like, too, that they are renovating parts of the theater, and they're going to kind of bring it up, and they're going to help things kind of move forward. And I think that's what needs to happen as well. Maybe some of the buildings and the dwellings out there were kind of getting a little bit, on the wayward, as they say. And Branson's also been known for properties to get just a little bit out of whack and get into these phases where they're not being improved anymore. They're kind of deteriorating. So we've been around long enough to where the guests who've come to town have seen that things are, have been good and maybe not so great. So they are going to go in and expand that, do several renovations, and they're going to need the room. I think I read somewhere where it was like 60 acres out there, which I'm like, wow. I've hiked back in there in some trails and different things that are near the park, but I was kind of surprised to find that, you know. So that's a good thing too, that there's going to be some renovations. Looks like one of the key investors is named Jeff Johnson, which I've heard that name around, and maybe he works in Springfield with a bank or something. So these investors came and they saw the potential in Shepherd of the Hills, and they got on board, and they've been talking a while, and they bought the thing. So it really is a neighbor to Silver Dollar City in more ways than one. It has a lot to offer, but it's going to have a lot more to offer now. So it'll be some little nice competition for Silver Dollar City, and I think that'll only make Silver Dollar City better. I mean, man, they step up to the challenge when there's competition. So it's just going to make Branson better, and it's going to continue this Branson icon. Here's a couple of the things that they're adding. Rock climbing. They're going to have a petting farm for the littler kids. They just love that. My kids right now would love that, so I'll have to take them out there. There's going to be a fishing pond. They're going to continue with the outdoor drama. There's going to be a ropes course, which I heard that was more of like rock wall mountain climbing and stuff, which my son is 9. He just loves that stuff. Whenever we go to Fritz Adventures, if you haven't had a chance to take the kids to Fritz Adventures, it's fantastic. Our church had a special, and it was like $20 to get in, and my son just went nuts. I'll have to do another video on all the things that Fritz Adventures offers. There's going to be ATV tours, and they're just going to utilize the land for what it is. It's going to be a lot more than the zip line, which they're still going to have that. I heard they were going to be rock wall climbing up the zip line, so that's something to think about. But they're also going to keep the traditional stuff. They're going to keep the things that made the Shepherd of the Hills great. Sure, they had a little bit of a fall the last 3 years where maybe they weren't making their payments or they weren't able to handle the note. It happens to a lot of business people. I think there was a death in the immediate family of the owners that owned it, and so they're just going to keep going, and this is going to be a new old thing that Branson had to offer, and they're going to keep all the great things that made it fabulous. So for more great stories, tune in to BransonIsFun.com, subscribe and like this video, and leave your comments below. If there's a video you'd like to see, please let me know what that is, and I'm just going to get back to watching the tourists walk by my window here. Hope you guys are doing great. Thanks again.